It seems like, being exposed to different cultures is pretty fascinating, pretty cool, especially at such a young age. Were you always like into music?
Always into music. You couldn't not be in my family and growing up in the church. And, you were just encouraged, forced, you're encouraged to sing and participate in all of that. And I did the dance and, the acting and all of that. And music was just sort of intertwined and embedded in all of it. And I'm very blessed and grateful for it. It was
Yeah.
awesome. It still is.
Who were like some of your like influences, like listening
Well,
to?
growing up in Minneapolis, Prince was one. He was
This
older
was
than
one.
I was, but yeah, one of the greatest entertainers, writers, performers.
Mm-hmm.
I think of all time. He was the thing that made him so special is that he could do everything. When some people say, "Oh, I can play every instrument," yeah, badly, like you suck, and like I have all these instruments on my wall, and I can kind of play some things, but not like that guy. That guy was like the master of
Yeah.
everything that he picked up. So he was an influence. Like I liked pop, I liked Madonna, I liked Janet Jackson. That was until I was a little bit later, a little older, but they just had really catchy songs. I liked songs that are positive and upbeat. I liked like for my rock bands, I loved Journey. I thought again their
Can't go
writing
wrong
was
with that.
so strong.
Keith
Guns N'
Perry.
Roses, their writing was so frick. It's just so good. Like even Metallica, like just great writing. Like I don't care what kind of music it is, as long as it's great writing. And then you listen to bands like some of the guys will pop on this, like you listen to some of the Slayer songs or Judas Priest, and it's like it's so hardcore and original, and it set the precedent and the tone. Again, the songs where I feel bad for some of the songs these days because I just don't think like some of the is really there. So I love going back to the old classics and listen to that and get
Yeah.
some new stuff's great too. But I like a lot of the old stuff.
Yeah. It's they say like it's all sizzle but no steak.
Kind of. So when you do, and then there's bands that, and I'm not dissing them. I think I'd like them more. Like let's take like Greta Von Fleet. I would have more respect for them if I hadn't listened to like their lead singer sit there and say, Led Zeppelin who? And I was like, I remember just like listening to them completely denounce that they had any influence from that band at all. And I was just like, WTF? Like, if you would have said, oh my God, like the licks and the vocal runs and the songs, and we love Zeppelin, and then this is what we're doing, I would have been like, well, hell yeah, like props, respect. But literally, I've watched them in interviews saying like they haven't even heard of the band. So that's where we are
Hmm.
these days, is where people completely don't give the nods that they should. And being in the wrestling business, like you really do learn, you give nods to people, you give props. If it's a photographer that took your photo, which I've been guilty in the past of not always tagging them in it or giving them photo credit, like that's really important to give credit where credit is due.
Oh, no doubt about it. Yeah, you got to open for like several different bands here, like Maroon 5, Three Doors Down, Collective Soul. Wow, that's Stevie Nicks. I mean,
Lots of great people we've had the opportunity, and that comes through wrestling, or it comes through relationships that we have with people that they know, they trust us, they know we're professional. We'll show up, we'll do a good show, a good opener. It's usually about 40-45 minutes, same as our podcast, and you come out of the gates with your fists up and pumping. You do a great opening set, you warm up the crowd, you get them primed for the national act, for the main event, and
yeah.
it's different than wrestling. So we've been really blessed with that. It's been great.